heart beats just a little faster right now, doesn't it? As they stand alone right now. No cornermen. They're just ready to make the ring walk for the biggest fight that boxing can make.
From block to coast to coast, it's your boy Shadow Ghost. And man, listen, it's been a while. I've been recuperating and resting, but there was no way I was going to pass up on this opportunity to make a video and talk about my man that's fighting this weekend. You know, anybody that ever tells you that they're not biased and even a little bit is either A, maybe lying to you, B, confused, or C, just flat out don't know what they're talking about. And just hear me out, you know. In the NFL, I'm an Eagles fan. So if the Eagles are playing the Giants, I'm always going to favor the Eagles, you know. But I don't throw logic out the window. I know that the Cowboys can beat the Eagles any given Sunday. I first started watching boxing when Tito Trinidad was boxing, and my father put me on Tito. You know, I'm Boricua, I'm Puerto Rican. He was like a role model to me, bro. And when I started watching boxing, even at a young age, I was like, wow. I was looking at the punch placement. He had one of the greatest left hooks I've ever seen. Even when he went to the body, he was a good body puncher. It made me look back at the past, bro. Look at the greats like Ali, Frazier, you know, rest in peace, Marvin Hagler. You know, one of my favorites back then was Thomas Hitman Hearns. I loved his right hand. It made me just look at everything. And going in every generation, there's a fighter or fighters that I look at, and I'm like, wow, he's gonna be something special, you know? And all that means is that I pull for that fighter every fight. You know, in my heart, I want them to win. But like I said, I'm not throwing logic out the window. So anyone that knows Shadow Ghost knows that this generation, I'm always talking about Chris Colbert, Jaron Ennis Boots, and Teofimo Lopez. So I couldn't pass up on the opportunity because Jaron Boots is fighting this weekend, and he's not just fighting anybody. He's fighting, it's just a very good step-up fight for him. 2021 has been giving us great fights. More venues are starting to open up, and I think it's only going to continue to get better. And man, I'm excited, man. And so this Saturday we have Conor Benn, 17-0. He's going to be fighting Samuel Vargas, who's got about 6 losses. He's also fought Spence. He's fought Virgil Ortiz. Every time he stepped up, he's lost. I mean, he's never been like knocked out, flat out, knocked out on his back, but it's been like the towel's been thrown in, or I think the ref stopped the fight. And for him over there in the UK, I think it's a great step-up fight, especially for who he is and his name and who his father is and everything like that. Also this weekend, Joe Smith Jr. is going to be fighting. But like I said, I'm going to be focusing on Jaron Boots Ennis fight, man. Especially because of his opponent, Sergy Lipnets. He's 31 years old. His record is 16-1-1 with 12 knockouts, I believe. He's a former champion. He fought Mikey Garcia. He lost to Mikey Garcia. His last fight he fought against Custio Clayton was declared a draw. Although I believe that was a gracious draw, and Lipnets lost that fight. Because of this, because of his age, because of his style, and because of also, he's got one of the greatest trainers, one of my favorite trainers of all time, Joe Goosen. He's trained a lot of greats, and one of my favorites, Diego Corrales. Rest in peace, Diego Corrales, man. I think because of who his trainer is, because of his lackluster performance his last fight, because of his age, I think his back is against the wall. And because of his style, come forward type of fighter, this is going to make for an excellent fight. You know, you look at Jaron Boots Ennis, 23 years old, 26-0, 24 knockouts. The way, before I talk about how he fights, one thing I want to say, you know, Shadow Ghost, I tell you all the time, I don't discriminate. I watch everybody, man. In between fights, I love to see what everyone's talking about. So I'll be on other channels. Just because I'm not on the panel and I'm not commenting doesn't mean I'm not watching. And I'll tell you, man, there's about 2 channels right now. They're real famous. One of them's got like 60K followers. Another one's got like over 100K followers. Just last year, they made a couple of videos about Boots, man. You know, saying that, you know, he lost to Gary Russell Jr.'s brother, Antoine Russell, in the amateurs. He's not that good. Spence will beat him. Crawford will beat him. Fast forward a year now. I don't know if it's because of their sponsors are like, hey, man, you can't do that. But now they're like, oh, he's the next best thing. If anybody could beat Spence, it's him. It's just, I don't understand how the people that watch their channels every day don't catch on to that. They don't catch on to the thumbnails like, oh, that's a very catchy thumbnail, but they never name the source and none of it comes true. Anyway, look, going on to the fight, right? Jaron Boots Ennis, right? Like I said, Sergy Lipnets, I like him. His defense, he's come forward. His defense, like he goes into like a shell. He's got like a high guard shell. And Jaron Boots Ennis, bro, I like him because he's a switch hitter. I think he's got a great jab. I think he goes to the body well. He's got a good hook. He's got good strength. He's got good speed. He's very swift. He'll turn you defensively. He cuts off the ring. He circles. Like I said, I'm gonna be a little bit biased, but I think he does everything good. You know, my greatest comparison to Jaron Boots Ennis reminds me of that Tetris game when I was playing as a kid. Remember on Game Boy? In the first couple of levels, it's real easy. You know, the pieces are coming down real slow, and yeah, okay, it's real easy. I could put it in there right now, right? But then you think you big and bad, right? So you don't got through level 2 or 3 or whatever, right? You fast forward to like level 10 or 12 and the pieces are coming down so fast and they're different shapes and objects and you can't think real quick. That's the shit that reminds me of Boots, bro, because every fighter has something good about them. Like, okay, I gotta watch out for his uppercut. Okay, I gotta watch out for his body, his body shot. I gotta watch out for his jab. Oh, okay, I gotta watch out for his left hand. You know, with him, you gotta watch out for everything. So it's like that Tetris pieces, they're all coming down at the same time and you can't think because you're watching out for everything. Bro, that's so confusing, bro. That's so confusing. But this is boxing, and anything can happen. A lot of people think that Boots is green, and for a lot of people that think Boots is green, you know, I'll say this, since I've been following him for a long time, you know, if you've been following him, then you'll know that a lot of fighters have refused to fight him. You know, you look at his camp, they've sent a lot of fighters offers, other camps offers, and they've either gotten no answer back or flat out no. Sean Porter literally came out in front of everybody and said, I will not fight Boots. So it's not fair for y'all to be saying, well, look at his competition. Terrence, look at Buds, and I love Crawford, man. 147, he's been knocking everybody out, but people will question his resume. Just keep that same energy with Boots. Don't blame him for who they're putting in front of him. You know what I mean? But hey, I think after this fight, a lot of people will be switching up their tune. And if he loses, if by the chance he loses, I'll be the first one to be like, hey, Lipnets was that, you know, hey, he's the shit, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and make a video like, yo, Jaron was sick, something happened. I'm not making no excuses. This is boxing. The better man wins. The better man with the skills win. Obviously, I'm rooting for my boy Boots. So with that, man, tell me what y'all think, man. I think it's gonna be another great weekend of boxing. Tell me who you think is gonna win, how they're gonna win, or if you want to talk about another fight or whatever it is. I'm also going to be having, by the way, I don't do this for money. I've never asked for any money, but a couple of people have been asking me about a Cash App or whatever. So I will be starting to, I'm going to make a Cash App and I'll drop it in my videos. But don't ever feel like you really have to do anything. I've never asked for anything. I don't need anything from anybody. But there are people out there that are gracious and they want to support you in what you do. And for that, I say, God bless you. And for anybody that just supports me in any way, God bless you. Like I said, whether you hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, I appreciate you because you took time out of your day to watch my video. And with that, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Please hit the notification bell. And until next time, this is Shadow Ghost.